Welcome back to my financial literacy channel. And today we're going to talk about visions and goals. But I'm using Bible verses in the following episodes with this book of knowledge that can give us inspiration and growth. And the first verse I'm going to touch on is Habakkuk 2.2. Write down your vision and run with it. If you haven't got a vision or a goal, it's going to perish. We're in a silly season of Christmas. We spend money on things we don't need. We borrow money from the banks. And what about it next year? How are we going to pay it back? We're more focused on needs and wants. We don't know the difference between the needs and wants. All what we know is we want to need it. So figure out what your needs and wants are. And how you can accomplish it. So you have to start with writing down your goal. I was listening to Steve Harvey and he said, write down 300 goals. Now, 300 goals might sound a lot, but think of it. It might just be washing your car, cutting the lawn, sorting out your kitchen, sorting out your cupboards. As soon as you achieve that goal, reward yourself. It might be a chocolate, or taking your family out for a cup of coffee, or going for a quick beer with friends. But it's all got to do with how do you plan and grow yourself to become that better person. I've been where you are many of times. I've landed in myself in courts, fighting the system. I've got over 30 years of financial literacy experience, practically, theory, understanding the National Credit Act, understanding the pain. I'm sharing the pain, what I went through, that you can have a better life. If I know now what I knew then, it would have changed my life to the better. But all I was interested in is living from day to day without doing any planning. I believed in others, but never in myself. I'm going to tell you the story, and it was in 1997. I was the first one, or was part of a team. We were the first converting tribal land into a freehold property to raise a bond. All I saw, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to have all the fancy toys. It was approved. But on the day of registration, the bank pulled the plug. And I had 500,000 Rand in the ground, which is probably equals to about 8 million Rand in today's times. What do? I get these lawyers' letters. I get these threatening phone calls. I was stuck. I felt depressed. It got so bad when you still had the glass Coke bottles that we saved up just to buy bread and milk. Been there, done that. But things changed. The first day I went to court, I put on overalls, my old boots, that the magistrate and attorneys can feel sorry for me. I was mistaken. They were vultures. All they wanted is their money. But I figured it out quite quickly. I went to court. I was in insurance at those days, and I put on my smart clothes and I said, "Debt, you take second best. You're not going to control my life." And that's where I came with the slogan, there's life after death. I went to court and I was the first one there because first in, first out. While I was standing there with my smart clothes on, the attorneys really thought I was an attorney. But I was taking their crypt notes, I call it crypt notes, and applied that against the opposition in front of the magistrate. I won some, I lost some. And that's when I start learning. A person has to put goals in. You have to figure out your pain. You have to figure out how to get to the next level. Because what I had to do is, being in insurance, I had to write an X amount of commission to pay my debt, plus to survive. But as soon as I figured out how to work with clients and how to build a network of clients, and data is the key to your success. That will be a story for another day. But people buy from people. And I used my knowledge to people like you, who's going through a difficulty, who's spending money to survive, or taking loans to survive. I say, stop it. You can make it. Write down your goals. Take a spreadsheet. Or better, if you want to write something down, I will put a PDF that you can download your goals and your budget. And we can share those dreams together through a mentorship program, what I've designed, to show you that there is life after death. And if you want to achieve those successes, join me. And I'll show you how to have a clear plan, a goal, and to create wealth, to become debt-free, and from renting to owning your property. I've helped many consumers. So why don't you join me on this journey where we can help each other grow? Be awesome, be great. And remember, if you don't write down your vision, don't write down your goal, it's going to perish, because you're always going to be a slave to the creditor.